People want to question things on a selective level, you know. And I know it's all coming from programming, of course, but it's like people want to question, law of attraction, or how that work, or how them crystals work, or explain that, and people be wanting you to go in depth, but then they not asking the doctor to go in depth on why poison is in their prescription pills, or why silicon dioxide is in their dried fruits, like why they need that in their fruit. you know, it's like gotta question more than that. You know what I'm saying? Why I bring up about how the letter J didn't exist when Jesus was around and this and that, and then a person want to question me deep, but then I question the preacher when they tell them that at first it was Adam and Eve by themselves, and they had two kids, and one kid killed the other, and then the other kid moved away and met some other people. That's like a record scratching moment. Like, all right, where those other people come from? It was just Adam and Eve. Y'all, if y'all telling the truth and the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Matter of fact, and they make you put your hand on that fake Bible. But anyway, if they telling that truth all the way, then what? Why they didn't tell the story of the other people that what's his name? It was Cain. That Cain came across. You know what I'm saying? It's like, again, it's like asking me to strip down my knowledge. And when I say me, not even just speaking to me, just what people just in general, like what people want a person who has the information to break it down so much like when there's new information, stuff that they're new to, it's like they want you to break it down, but then at the same time, they're not asking the people who giving them the poison, like how they break down the prescription pills and what they put in it, or you know what I'm saying, or asking questions in those areas, like why are they putting food coloring in my, matter of fact, why does raspberry flavoring come from the body part of a beaver's ass, like why you ain't questioning that type of stuff, and again, but as I say that, and I'm being facetious, but I know that it comes from programming, of course, subconscious programming for one, on a somewhat, to a certain level, racist tip, but just in general, just the mind frame and just the way things is in America, where because more of the European people and people who have that, that what we call like a quote unquote that look European or Caucasian, you know those in the last few years, that was the people in essence running things from our perspective in America, you know what I'm saying? So it's like people's subconscious is programmed to only listen to, a quote unquote white man in a lab coat compared to, like me or somebody else, shit, or even another white man, but that doesn't look like he's a scientist or bit, you know what I'm saying? It's like it has to be like this person who wears scrubs, white, wear glasses, like over 50 years old, like people's subconscious is programmed to believe that image if it's talking about health or something, but no other images, because of, the programming. Even down to the slavery situation, again, with that. And I'm just bringing up these situations, it's not to dwell in slavery or racism or none of that, but at the same time, just bringing up the reality of the situation, because, by going through certain information, you learn about like where you at now and what you could do to help change it, because you realize what was the problem in the first place, you know what I'm saying? And the whole reason why uh to have this vibe in America, in essence, where racism always stayed prevalent, but they made it seem like it wasn't because people dodging the subject of it, treating the subject of it like it's taboo. You know, you know. That's where a lot of the new age, quote unquote, new age movement, you gotta be careful with, because they'll coach you to stay away from things that you need to work through or go through, in essence, where they, in so many ways, in so many words and ways they present it, they just make it seem like, like certain aspects of spirituality is something to be scared of, or the devil, or and more so just in the image of the way they paint themselves, without letting you know that, hey, I'm just uniquely being like this. This isn't the blueprint to spirituality. Most of those people don't let people know that. So a lot of people just take the assumption like, all right, this must be, what spirituality is, and that's, you know. I don't know. This is like the equivalent to a live video without people commenting, because I just kind of turned the video on and just started going in. But just thinking about, I guess, in general, like with people and receiving information, you know, and I guess I look at just how different, like from Los Angeles to the other LA, Louisiana, and especially in my city of Opelousas, just the big difference, just off of the strength of what's in somebody's consciousness, and really seeing that a thought, a mind frame, and a consciousness is what shapes the physical. Reason why is different places of businesses and different, types of cars and different, types of houses, and you know what I'm saying, because it's a different flow of consciousness. It's not, it's a thought and a consciousness first and foremost, then there's something physical. Our thoughts move in electrical pulses. That's why water is so, important, not only for all parts of the body, for the joints, but also with brain health. Because in essence, when smoking, it's the actual smoke and not in particular. Now, of course, some substances do cause harm, or a certain particular more harm than maybe other substances when smoked. But for sure, like smoking in general, just the actual act of taking in some combustion, you know what I'm saying, in essence, as I'm doing right now. Like that's, in essence, that heat, that smoke is evaporating some of the water in the brain. Now, of course, if I'm drinking a lot of water, it's going to be less effective, because I'm, my brain got, reservoir, it's flowing. But so the whole thing with, why they tell you stay away from an electrical socket, like when by the water, are you seeing movies where somebody set somebody up to have a hand in some water, and then they'll throw a toaster in a tub or something, or electrical device, and electrocute them? How that electrical surge is way more effective in water. You see the science of that firsthand. Not telling nobody to do these things I'm speaking of, because of course, you have to say these things. So I'm not, just again, we're speaking from situations of movies and seeing that, how electricity really moves through water kind of, strongly, in essence. And with that being said, with your brain synapses moving in electricity, when there's, like I say, little pockets of water missing, so to speak, and there's little pockets where messages is not really getting delivered fully, in essence. So the brain synapses is not really firing off as it, could. Just the whole situation with water, even down to putting out water, when we connecting with the ancestors. And the reason why, like turquoise, wearing turquoise or dealing with copper, amplifying the electricity. The L, when they talk about the Elohim or the angels, talking about electricity or the masculine aspect of our existence. Matter of fact, that fiery, Mars aspect as well. When I think about the beginning of the Bible, but it has to do with electricity, moving through water, and as above, so below. Just like you see it outside your body, that's how it works inside your body. So what's up,
No, you don't want no candy.
I'm good. Appreciate it. Oh man, you gotta love it, man. My uncle right there. But yeah, the whole as above, so below aspect with the the water and electricity, electrical currents. And then you also see, all right, so water in essence is a key factor. We are 70%, or over 70% water. And as above, so below, so is this planet, or this plane, or however you want to look at it. I'm not going into that. And with the water aspect. Wait, I know I was you see that smoking clouding up the synapses. Oh, with the water aspect and how the body is made out of water. And you do the Om sound. That vibration resonates within the water in your body, and then you go look up Dr. Emoto, Emoto. Forgot the first name, but go look up Dr. Emoto experiments where he realized where water, picks up on vibrations of words, and they did an experiment and showed like where they would have a glass of water and have a certain, and I can't remember if it was just writing the phrase and then putting it on the water, or the person actually saying it while holding the water. I keep it, gotta be honest about that, but again, you could go look it up and see exactly for yourself. But they noticed, he noticed that the water molecules would have a particular shape, and with with phrases of like love or peace or happiness, it had like a beautiful sacred geometry, everything was just in alignment, in a beautiful shape to it. But then when they had like a negative message, like "I hate you" or something like that, like it was the water molecule was just all distorted, like it looked like just a little, like somebody puke, like it wasn't no symmetry in it. And again, wasn't no symmetry in it. And you see how, like, when we talk about to drift off into plasma implosion, or like what is called wave, non-destructive wave interference. So basically, like, where waves are moving in harmony with each other. Because matter of fact, the golden mean ratio allows for waves, in essence, to expand without clashing with each other, in essence. Or if clashing in a harmonic, in a non-destructive type of manner, compared to like energy coming, to a right angle in a corner. You know what I'm saying? Like when energy comes to a corner, it causes the wave to destructive wave interference. That's why, everybody, it's like sage in the corner of your house, or putting a piece of selenite in the corner of your house. And that's why, it's somebody's bright idea to even have you living in a house with corners in it in the first place, because certain teepees and just certain, how can I say, shelters and establishments wasn't necessarily having corners in that manner, or at least in a 90-degree angle, type of way, because the ancient ancestors knew this. They knew how the waves would destruct in the corners. This is also why plants, like all plant life, is green. So the reason why something is a certain color is because it absorbs all the colors except for the color that we see. So say for instance, like, reason why plants are green, because it absorbs every color in the spectrum except for the color green. It spits green back out, and the reason why it spits green back out is because green has the angle of the photon of light. The photon of light of green has a certain tilt angle to it. It's like matter of fact, it's like, think of it like a donut, like a plasma donut, and it has like a 90-degree tilt to it. And 90 degrees, again, that's the destructive, the corners, that's the destructive wave interference. So the reason why it spits out that color is because, that color called, and you see the way plant life works. Whereas it's harmonized, and even though it may look like a tree growing on top of another tree, or a vine growing on this, or where it may seem like it's chaos, is also like harmony within that chaos, in essence. And that's the whole vibe. But again, with the 90-degree angle, so you picture the little donut, and say for instance, I forgot what's the actual name of the part in the eye, but there's a part in the eye that allows us to read color. And what it is basically like it's a cone-shaped part in our eye that basically reads the tilt angles of color, because the different colors have different tilt angles to them. So again, that's how we're able to see color. And matter of fact, when a person, I want to say it's the retina, but don't quote me on that. But and when this cone-shaped area is damaged on some people, that's why some people may become quote-unquote colorblind, because if that little cone is kind of messed up, and then a certain color coming in is not reading it properly because the cone messed up, so it not being able to read it properly or translating that person not being able to see that color in essence, you know. Which was funny. I remember, like we had a teacher, and everybody used to think like, cause the word was like, oh man, this teacher is colorblind to the color blue, and so people thought like they could write like they cheat slips and all this in the color blue, and like the teacher wasn't gonna like actually see it. But in essence, what happens is just again like the color blue may be uh I'm just saying anything, for instance, like orange, or just, but they're not gonna read it as blue, but they still gonna see something, it's just not gonna be read as the color that it really is in essence. The color that we agree upon collectively as a collective consciousness as guys, and we say, hey, that color is gonna be called orange or yellow or whatever. But yeah, people used to think like, oh yeah, we're going. It's like, nah, she could still see that, and she had to put people on blast for that. And again, this is all the knowledge and the stuff that the quote unquote government may know, that they keeping from people and not sharing. Like that's the stuff that they don't want people to know about. And if you trying to keep somebody down, and some shit about like how vibrations affect water, or or how vibrations affect people consciousness, like with wavelengths, like how the alpha waves allow for your subconscious to be programmed. If I'm a government and I'm fearful of allowing people to be free around me, you know what I'm saying? I want to control things, because again, wanting to control things is a weakness. That's a fear, you know what I'm saying? But if I'm on that level, then I'm going to use that type of knowledge to keep the people down, and I'm not going to tell anybody, like why would I tell? So that's what a secret society exists for. It's like, only so many people know what's really, really going on, because they got to keep the show going. Like why would I let my little secret go if I'm trying to keep it going? Same thing with anything, like with the mob and what they do. Like they're not going to let you know, oh man, hey y'all, this is how we money launder, this is how we do this is how we do that. Like nah, they trying to keep that a secret, you know what I'm saying? And all these people run the media, and matter of fact, the media medium, just like us, in essence, a medium for energy, to be transferred, in essence, or a light message to be transferred, because we are beings of light, and the things we make mimic what we are. But in essence, though, again, with the media is controlled by people, again, where they not gonna, say, for instance, again, if I'm running things and I'm trying to control you, I'm not gonna let you know that you're getting the best of me. Nah, like if I own the news, I'm not gonna broadcast like, oh man, people is waking up everywhere, man, and me and my family is about to topple over. Like no, they're not about to broadcast that on the news. So that's why I tell people too about being like a fearmonger by the news, man. It's like, man, source got you. And to each his own. I understand that, but it ain't nothing but just programming, to have you in a certain type of way, and have you manifesting, more of, what they trying to see in this world. But again, they own all the, and matter of fact, and they had this on one of these shows, I forgot, it was Mary Jane, that show with Gabrielle Union. or it was on Anchorman, either one. But showing how like with these news uh, places, where the person that own the news may also own airlines, may also own a football team, may also own uh, Johnson and Johnson baby powder, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So if I own, a news and I own all these different things. So say for instance, something go wrong with the airplanes at one of my airlines. I'm not about to go out there and like be like willfully like well yeah man, my planes is just all messed up. Everybody like nah, I'ma hurry up and contact, the people, and I'm speaking, of course hypothetically from that perspective. I'm gonna call my people up at my news spot and be like, hey, we ain't gonna be talking about that airline situation, tell the anchors, if that was in the lineup, scratch that out. you know, or if the baby powder went bad, like we ain't gonna really broadcast it, or if we do, we're gonna sugarcoat it, something, but the person delivering the messages, from that light, with ownership over all these different things, and again, if I'm trying to create slaves and zombies, I'm not trying to let them know what's going on, you know. And again, that's the whole thing with subconscious programming. So with movies, when 2012 came around, they like, oh, we gonna make all these movies with trying to scare people with, the end of the world or the day after tomorrow type of vibe, you know what I'm saying? All this trying to fearmonger you into panicking and creating, a situation that may be like the end of the type, like the quote unquote end of the world, like what they may want to see in order to, do what they trying to do. You know. But it's a chess game constantly, and again, these people, quote unquote, was raised from youngsters to learn about this information and stuff like this, just so they could oppress people in essence. So that's why, like, in essence, of course, you know, it's all about having fun and being on our little, journey. But like, it's so important about like just cleaning within ourselves, you know what I'm saying? And as we cleaning within ourselves, whoever may be interested in what we doing, sharing with those people, and letting that energy and knowledge spread, you know. Because again, it's not, and that's just the paradoxical nature of, our existence, and the essence of, like, it's like, like the Christ consciousness, and loving others and wanting to save people, but at the same time loving yourself in a little more selfish way, and not getting too caught up in the love of the matrix, because you may come back here, you know what I'm saying? It's like I know that situation will throw people off a lot, but again, you just gotta, that's the whole reason of being strong-minded, or strong-spirited, or whatever, in essence, to have that, that shaman, bodhisattva, type of vibe of, like, just a walk of both worlds type of vibe, to maintain that type of, consciousness, all that all that knowledge in essence without overwhelming yourself. But again, I'm just going with the flow of things. I think that may be it. I do want to tie in everything, the whole pie. Matter of fact, the whole reason why also they want to calcify your pineal gland, And again, as I'm talking about these things, go look it up and definitely share this video, with those who you think may benefit from it. But the whole thing with the Pope having the little staff with the pine cone at the top of it, in essence symbolizing, control over your pineal gland. Like that whole situation, from the indigenous statues that they keep, in the Vatican and in all these museums. And it's in our face that, of course, for these people to get it, they had to, try to rape and pillage certain places to get these artifacts, in essence, But, it just makes it, again, making it seem like raping and pillaging for artifacts is just a normal thing. So we could make it normal, like, oh, it's cool to have these objects for, from that situation, from killing or whatever, because now we could look at them and this, what I'm saying, like making it cool to, and that's why again, like serial killers putting it in your face a little bit too, like I think about like the movie Black Panther, and they talked about that on there where he's like, man, y'all stole this stuff, this and that, but she was like, security, like, anyone, wasn't trying to hear that. And again, this is not to get in your feelings as a black person, because you are the universe on the human experience. You are more than just a melanated bodysuit. More than just a bodysuit in general, everything in existence. That's another situation, a lot of people get into, this vibe, like, we get into these vibes of like, what a person's nationality is, and color, and race, and this and that, As a matter of fact, what's funny is like the people who are like, mixed are kind of like the, matter of fact, I always think of it as like that area that's in between the yin, like, so the yin and yang, little symbol, like the area where the black meets the white, they are certain beings, in essence, that's like right in between that kind of mesh things together at the same time, stop energies from crossing up, in that sense.